Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to my channel for another Hot Toys Secret Base figure preview video. Now before we begin, I do have to say, as always, a massive thank you to Ryan Kirkwood for going out in person and snapping these stunning high-res pics. Show Ryan some love down in the comments below, because without him, this series literally wouldn't be possible. If you are looking to pre-order your very own DX Obi-Wan Kenobi, he is available with toyswonderland.com. Link for that is in the description below. They have 12-month installment plans and a points-based reward system. Now, I didn't actually even know that this was a DX figure until I took a much closer look at the pictures. When I first saw this, I skimmed through and I was like, oh yes, I guess that's an MMS Obi-Wan. But no, this is touted as a DX offering. Now I do, just for a moment, want to talk about what DXs of the past have come with. We've gotten alternate outfits. I'm looking at the DX01 Joker. We've gotten an entirely separate figure. I'm looking at the DX07, as well as multiple head sculpts, like we literally just saw with the DX19. Whereas here, you get one head sculpt, some hands, some smaller accessories, but arguably a really cool LED light-up lightsaber. More on that though in just a second. Now he does come with the little hologram projection of Bail Organa. This looks to me like one of the worst hologram sculpts we've ever seen. I can't even tell who that's supposed to be. His macro binoculars from the trailer and Lola. Now to go along with the macro binoculars, I would have loved to have seen his outfit from the start of the series that we could have simply swapped on to the figure. Now I'm fairly certain this box with Anakin's and Obi-Wan's lightsaber hilts in it is exclusive to some kind of special or deluxe version. Hot Toys? No. If you're doing DX, it has to come with everything. Especially if it's a super slim release like we're seeing right here. Multiple outfits would have been an absolute gimme. Either the outfit from the start of the series, like I just said, or the outfit, the Mythos-style appearance from the end of the series. People would have absolutely loved that. Me included. You do, however, get a really cool diorama display base. The base portion is reused from the Battle Damage Mark 85, but this time you do have the floating, levitating rocks in the background, which means that in my display, yeah, I'm absolutely going to be displaying Obi-Wan in the pose that they have him in on display. Now there are multiple clear rods and bits and pieces that hold all of this stuff up, including Obi-Wan himself. That clear rod not only holds up the diorama pieces, but there is a waist clamp that's spring-loaded that hooks around Obi-Wan. Now if you don't want to use that, I'm pretty sure the base is flat enough for him to still be stable, but I'm glad there's a way of securing him in position. The boots look to be fully sculpted with a ton of wrinkling and texture on the surface. They look stunning. Also, the wraps up top are actual fabric wraps rather than being sculpted. It's a bit of mixed media, and it works very well. The pants are just brown fabric, not a ton to speak of there, but when we move up to his Jedi-style robes, the front sections, I'm pretty sure they're called the tabards, although I could be wrong. They look to be fully wired. There is a little bit of texture on the surface. Most importantly though, the weave is actually scaled correctly to 1/6 scale. Not like with other companies that are making animated Clone Wars figures, where the fabric looks to be a proper 1-to-1 scale piece of material that's being used on 1/6 scale figures. This right here is how you do Jedi robes in this scale. Now the belt looks to be a mix of pleather and fully sculpted pieces. I would have preferred it to be all sculpted, but yes, this works as well. The belt buckle is sculpted and painted, it looks stunning, and so too does the pleather belt. It's weathered, it's dirty, and it's grimy. On one side, you've got the lightsaber hook, and on the other you have his blaster pistol. So uncivilized, but yes, he did use it in the show. Now, this right here is what I wanted to discuss. He has an all-new, a first for Hot Toys, an LED light-up lightsaber powered not by button cell batteries, but by USB. We've been asking for this for ages, and finally here it is. And it's illuminated on display, and it looks really good. Is it perfect? No, it isn't. Are the custom CCFL lightsabers way better and look way more realistic? Yes, they absolutely do. But they have drawbacks of their own. This still looks suitably well illuminated from the bottom all the way up to the top, and I do like the color of blue. My question here though is, do I have to use the open palm hand with the two-fingered grip on the lightsaber? Or am I going to be able to use one of the other hands? Are the electronics integrated into the forearm or into the lightsaber itself? We will have to wait and see when this guy eventually comes out. Also, where is the USB cable actually going, and where do I plug it into? Are there going to be wires dangling everywhere, or is it going to be a nice and simple hidden cable that goes through his outfit? Once again, a ton of questions. Now for the moment that I personally have kind of been dreading, the head sculpt. Arguably the most important thing on the entire figure, and Hot Toys, this simply ain't it. I love your work 9 times out of 10, but every now and then we get a real stinker, and I think this right here is said stinker. From certain angles, yeah, I can absolutely see the likeness to Ewan McGregor, but from others, I don't really know what happened. It's slightly bigger and poofier than I was expecting, the hair doesn't look 100%, and the beard is kind of a little bit weird. His mouth is slightly open and his eyes are really sunken in. So much so that his brows stick so far forward that from most angles you can't even really see them, they're completely hidden in shadow. They had this same issue with DX05 Indy where the eyes were sat really far back and the shadow almost engulfed them. This is not ideal. Now you do have proper moving eyes that are posable, kind of a DX thing, but we also get that with standard releases from time to time. I like moving eyes, but I also want to be able to see them. Hot Toys, this head sculpt needs a bunch of revisions. Now you may be sitting there thinking, alright Justin, you've been hot, you've been cold, do you even like this figure? In concept, yes, I absolutely do. I need an Obi-Wan from this series. But the head sculpt has let me down, and honestly, I don't really think this is a DX figure. That's kind of arbitrary, I totally understand. If they fix this head sculpt, this could just be one of my all-time favorite Star Wars figures. But we will have to wait and see. Now, if you are still looking to pre-order it, it is available from toyswonderland.com. Link for that is in the description below. They have 12-month installment plans and a points-based reward system. While you're down there, why not hit that subscribe and bell notification icon, plus the join button if you like the sound of seeing your name in the end credits of my reviews. Like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll catch you in the next video.